Once per week, I'll bring you timeless stories of princes and princesses, enchanted forests, clever animals, brave heroes, and magical wishes. So cuddle up and let out the adventure begin!
Jack and the Beanstalk. The story follows Jack, a poor boy who lives with his widowed mother. One day, his mother asks him to sell their only cow to buy food. Instead of money, Jack trades the cow for a handful of mysterious magic beans. His mother, furious at his foolishness, throws the beans out of the window. Overnight, a gigantic beanstalk grows, reaching high into the sky. Curious, Jack climbs the beanstalk and discovers a castle in the clouds, home to a fearsome giant. Inside, Jack finds treasures, including a golden harp that sings by itself and a hen that lays golden eggs. Using his quick thinking and stealth, Jack steals the treasures, but the giant notices him and chases him down the beanstalk. Just as the giant is about to catch him, Jack chops down the beanstalk, sending the giant crashing to the ground. With the riches he has taken, Jack and his mother escape poverty and live happily ever after.
Our magical story is coming up next.
Pinocchio. The story follows Pinocchio, a wooden puppet carved by a kind but lonely carpenter named Geppetto. One night, a magical blue fairy grants Geppetto's wish by bringing Pinocchio to life, but tells him that he must prove himself brave, truthful, and unselfish to become a real boy. However, Pinocchio is mischievous and easily led astray, despite the guidance of his conscience, Jiminy Cricket. He frequently gets into trouble, lying often, which causes his nose to grow longer. Throughout his journey, Pinocchio encounters many challenges. His greatest test comes when he must rescue Geppetto, who has been swallowed by a giant whale named Monstro. In a final act of bravery, Pinocchio risks his life to save his father, proving his true selflessness. Moved by his courage and redemption, the Blue Fairy rewards Pinocchio by turning him into a real boy.
Ooh, up next is one of my favorites. Can you guess it?
Peach Boy. The story begins when an elderly couple finds a giant peach floating down the river. When they cut it open, they discover a baby boy inside. They name him Momatar and raise him as their own. As he grows, he becomes strong, brave, and kind-hearted. One day, Momatar learns that a group of ogres is terrorizing nearby villages. Determined to stop them, he sets out on a journey to defeat the Oni and restore peace. Along the way, he befriends a talking dog, monkey, and pheasant, offering them delicious millet kibidango in exchange for their loyalty. Together, the group reaches the ogre's island, where they battle the fearsome creatures. With teamwork and bravery, they defeat the Oni, take back the stolen treasures, and return home as heroes.
The magical story is coming up next.
The Pied Piper of Hamelin. The town of Hamelin is overrun by rats, causing chaos and misery for its residents. In their desperation, the townspeople turn to a mysterious figure known as the Pied Piper, who promises to rid the town of the rats in exchange for a generous reward. Using his magical flute, the piper plays an enchanting tune that lures the rats out of the town and into a nearby river where they drown. The townspeople celebrate their newfound peace. But when the piper comes to collect his payment, the mayor and council refuse to pay the agreed amount, offering far less instead. Feeling betrayed, the piper seeks revenge. He plays another magical melody, this time enchanting all the children of Hamelin. They follow him out of the town, disappearing into the mountains, leaving the town forever silent and filled with regret.
Our magical story is coming up next.
The Legend of Robin Hood. The story follows Robin Hood, a skilled archer and noble outlaw who takes refuge in Sherwood Forest with his band of merry men. Together, they fight against the tyranny of the corrupt sheriff of Nottingham and the greedy Prince John, who oppress the poor with heavy taxes and unjust laws. With his unmatched archery skills and cunning tactics, Robin Hood robs from the rich and gives to the poor, becoming a hero to the common people. Alongside his loyal companions Little John, Friar Tuck, and the brave maid Marian, Robin outwits his enemies and fights with justice while awaiting the return of the rightful King Richard the Lionheart.
Let the magic continue.
The Elves and the Shoemaker. Elderly Shoemaker and his wife, who struggled to make a living despite their hard work. One evening, with only enough leather left to make a single pair of shoes, the shoemaker carefully cuts the material before going to bed, hoping to finish it the next day. To his amazement, he wakes up to find a beautifully crafted pair of shoes already completed. A customer soon arrives and eagerly buys them for a high price, allowing the shoemaker to buy more leather. Each night, he leaves out more leather, and every morning, he finds exquisitely made shoes in its place. As word spreads, his business flourishes, yet the mystery deepens who is making these shoes. One night, the shoemaker and his wife secretly stay awake to uncover the truth. To their surprise, they see tiny elves working diligently, sewing and stitching with incredible skill. Moved by their kindness, the shoemaker and his wife decide to repay the elves by making them tiny clothes and shoes. When the elves discover the gifts, they joyfully dance and disappear, never to return, but their generosity has forever changed the shoemaker's life.
What a magical adventure. I hope you love today's story tales. Every story has a message about kindness, courage, and believing in yourself. Don't forget to like, follow, or subscribe so you never miss a single magical tale. Thanks for listening to Classic Fairy Tales Online. See you next time!